5.
How about a magic trick?
4.
Stay on target.
3. 2.
I am the hope of the universe!
1.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the Multiconverse Podcast, a news and information podcast that's not only about comic books, but also movies, TVs, video games, and the multiverse that surround it all. My name is Chris, the creator, CEO of the MCB Network, and join me today, as always, the co-host of the show, my right-hand man, my leading general, the Tenacious Angel.
You're damn right.
This is a special episode today, guys, because we have Avengers Infinity War literally days away now. We are days away from Avengers Infinity War, and we're going to teach you everything you need to know and what you should know for the upcoming movie. And God, this is 10 years in the making. 10 years of movies are coming up to this one film, have built up to this one film. 18 movies in all, Angel. 18 movies in all of the MCU are all adding up to this one.
Yeah, I still can't believe AMC is doing that marathon thing.
Yeah, that's like, what, 32 hours, 20-something hours? It's insane. But let's go ahead and start off with the lead man, Thanos, the leading villain in this movie, who's actually, when you think about it, has been the main villain all along for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, in the very end of the very first Avengers movie, we had the Jatari army, which was apparently one of his many armies. It was all under his command. He was the one that sent Loki to Earth to obtain the Tesseract, take over Earth with the Jatari army, and then come back with the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Thanos is actually called in the comics the Mad Titan.
Yeah.
Because he is a Titan on
Titan.
planet Titan.
Yeah.
His home world.
It doesn't get any more creative than that, folks.
But no, in the comics, he's actually obsessed with death, where in the movie, he seems to be obsessed with power.
Power and balance. It's just
Right.
a weird thing. Because he's more of a force of chaos in the comic books than it seems he is in the MCU right now.
No, right now in the MCU, he seems to have a reason for everything he's doing, and he wants things in a certain order under his control because he believes that under his control, in this order, things will be better.
He's basically the Doctor Doom right now.
Basically, yes. In that sense, yes, he is. But Thanos is actually the strongest villain that the Avengers have faced so far in the MCU. He is basically stronger than Hulk, mainly because he's super smart. You know, the Hulk is just a mindless beast throwing around punches when he is completely thought processed out on every move and every decision he makes. Avengers Infinity War has actually been called more of a heist film than anything else because of Thanos' pursuit of the Infinity Gem.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. I love heist movies. It's going to be great. Yeah, but he is strong. He's smart. He knows what he wants.
And he has the resources to get him.
Yeah. He's feared across the galaxy, and everyone submits to Thanos.
It's actually been said that the reason, well, this is rumored right now, but the question was brought up, why now? Why now all of a sudden is Thanos personally coming to Earth to be able to physically take the Infinity Stones? And there's two reasons why. No more Sorcerer Supreme and no more Odin.
That's true.
Because of the death of Odin, Thanos is now freely able to go where he pleases and rule where he pleases to do so.
He doesn't have a force to fight against him.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that there's no Sorcerer Supreme, at the end of Doctor Strange, Wong even tells Doctor Strange that the death of the Sorcerer Supreme, that the lack of Sorcerer Supreme on this planet will actually ripple throughout the cosmos. The word of the loss of the Sorcerer Supreme will ripple across the cosmos and the galaxy. He's got that word.
Oh, yeah.
And for him to be able to... I honestly don't think the Sorcerer Supreme would have dealt with Thanos in a major manner until he got here anyways. It's not like she would have saw him coming.
Yeah.
But for him knowing that there's a lack of a magic user now on Earth as well, there's nothing that can stop him. Or at least maybe hide the Infinity Stones from him.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, there is nothing stopping him. There's no physical force that can match him that he knows of. There's no mystical force on Earth that can match him. This Mad Titan's really able to just roam freely now and get what he wants. And his mission right now is the Infinity Gems.
And to top all of that, he's got eyes now.
He got eyes now. He's always had eyes.
Yeah, but they're like 2 red dots in the comics, and he's got actual eyes.
Where's his helmet?
It's in the car, Chris.
You know what's funny, though? Whenever I see him in the comics, well, whenever I did, before I saw him here in the MCU for the first time, I kind of always thought those were his eyebrows, not actually part of the helmet.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely, because he's never without the helmet.
Right,
comics,
and I honestly thought those were his eyebrows.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's funny.
Next up, we want to tell you who are the Black Order. And they were actually the children of Thanos. Thanos is actually known from going around and conquering planets and taking a child of one of their greatest warriors as a souvenir. You know, this is how we got Gamora and Nebula as their backstory.
Yeah.
These other children, whom he calls his current Black Order, are his generals of his army. These are his best of the best, his elite, his lieutenants. And each one of them are specific and entitled on their own abilities. We got Corvus Glaive, which is the
brains.
He's basically the brains of the operation. You see him with like this golden scythe that he's carrying around.
He looks pretty cool, actually. He's kind of like the space version of the Hobgoblin.
Oh my gosh, it really is actually, now that I think about it. We got Ebony Maw, who is the magic user. And this guy, he's actually known to pretty much mind control people to do what he wants. We got the Black Dwarf, which we'll touch up on a minute. He's actually the muscle in this group. And then we have Proxima Midnight, who is Corvus Glaive's wife, who is pretty much just as deadly. She has a spear that she throws, whose spear is so sharp it's actually known to actually split atoms and particles, and is actually so precise in the throwing. It's more like Mjolnir's a throwing ability with Thor's was, because it never misses its mark and it will always come back to her. And so it's kind of like that. But first, we're going to start off with Corvus Glaive. Yeah, he is the brains of the whole operation. He is literally fearsome looking.
Yeah, he looks scary as hell, man.
And I believe we got in the trailer where his scythe is what he was trying to use to pry off Vision's Mind Stone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. He actually looks really good, too, like based on how he looks in the comics and how they
did him in the MCU.
Yeah, he looks good.
Next up, we got Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive's wife. Deadly accurate with her spearing ability and just as deadly. Next up, we got Ebony Maw. Magic is a tool. Yes, to him, magic is a tool because he uses magic at his will to get what he wants when he wants it. And we do believe he's the one actually using magic against our own Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange.
Would
in
make
this
sense.
movie. We got to fight magic against magic, right?
Yeah.
It looks like this general is actually going to be the one to possibly take down Doctor Strange. Now, I'm assuming, this is my prediction, it's that maybe Ebony Maw uses his mind trick ability that we know from the comics to be able to extract what Doctor Strange knows of the Infinity Stones and where the rest of them are, which might actually lead him to give away that the Time Stone is in Doctor Strange's own Eye of Agamotto.
Don't worry about it, Doc. You've got one thing he doesn't: a nose.
A nose. Yes, no nose for Maw.
Yeah, it's funny though because he looks okay without a nose, like as aliens go.
As aliens go. And, you know, there's actually been rumors going around that
he lost his nose.
No. That the Black Order, the children of Thanos, are actually cameos in who voices them.
Oh, really?
That it's been rumored that Peter Dinklage, we thought he might be a dwarf on the planet Dwarf where Thor's going to get his new weapon.
Yeah.
It seems like Peter Dinklage might actually voice one of the children as well.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Who will it be? We don't know. Maybe Ebony Maw. That's my guess. Although he does have this very intelligent speaking, so it might be Corvus Glaive even.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's being said that the voices of these generals are cameos of their own. Oh. That the actor who plays him isn't actually the voice of the character.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And this is a shot of him in the comics extracting and taking over Doctor Strange's mind. Very creepy.
Sweet whispers of secret fears.
And next up, we're talking about Black Dwarf because his name in the comics is Black Dwarf, but in the MCU, he will be called Cull Obsidian. Cull Obsidian is the muscle in the group. He is the one person, I think, besides Thanos, that could actually give a head-on with our own Hulk.
Yeah, he's looking pretty gnarly.
Hulkish.
He looks like a juggernaut.
I really think this will be the turning point, though. Like, if Hulk really has a face-off with Cull Obsidian, this may be the point where if Hulk beats Cull Obsidian, Thanos is like, fine, I got to do this myself.
Yeah. He's like, you beat my muscle guy? All right, I guess I got to put the tank top on, show him what real gains are.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, so that is all our generals, all of our Black Order right now. Angel, what do you think? Besides, the Hulk and Cull Obsidian that we're assuming there, we're getting Doctor Strange and Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, and Corvus Glaive. Who do you then think our Avengers are going to be to face up against these two?
So if I had to go ahead and throw some ideas right off the bat, Proxima is definitely going up against the Black Widow.
Okay, I could totally see that.
Tough chick versus tough chick.
Gotta happen.
Yeah.
Gotta happen. If not, I would say maybe Gamora.
Yeah, maybe
It
Gamora
would have to
too.
be another woman.
That would be interesting.
Corvus Glaive, on the other hand.
Corvus Glaive, it's tough because he's a tactician. He's the leader. He knows what's going on. I want to say maybe it would be interesting watching him toy with Tony and Star-Lord because they seem to be the guys trying to come up with plans.
Right.
And then watch him get taken down by Hulk. But it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he'll be fighting against the Black Panther even.
Ooh, that would actually be a good one. To see how his scythe would match up against Black Panther's vibranium claws.
Yeah.
That would actually be a good fight. That one I didn't think of before. I would actually think Corvus Glaive was going to have to go up against leader. It has to be Captain America.
Cap?
I'm going to say Captain America might be the one person to go up against Corvus Glaive. If not, I think what would be amazing is he's the tactician. He's the brain. And the one person to completely spoil this guy's plans would be Rocket.
Yeah, I can see that.
In one way, shape, or form,
No, you know what? I
Rocket's
kind of
gonna
want to see
mess
that
it
now.
up.
Rocket versus Corvus because Rocket's a genius too.
Yes.
You saw the way he took. We all saw the way he took down all those guys, all the Ravagers in the forest.
Right, and the Guardians too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see that happen, but I think it's going to be leader against leader, and it's going to be Cap.
Interesting.
Only because in the scene of the trailers that they kind of gave away from us, kind of looks like, we're going to have Black Widow versus Proxima Midnight. Proxima Midnight looks like she's going to throw the spear, and it's going to be a big deal when Captain America actually catches it and dodges it instead of it hitting its mark like it always does. That's going to be the turning point where maybe Black Widow's going to get the upper hand on Proxima Midnight, and then Cap's going to go all out on Corvus Glaive. But yeah, all this is building up, and for years this has been building up for 6 Infinity Gems. Now, Infinity Gems have been explained in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. They have actually been around before time itself.
Yes.
And we got the Space Gem, which has actually been also known as the Tesseract. The Tesseract is actually the cube that actually houses the Space Gem.
The Cosmic Cube, yeah.
Right. We have the Reality Gem, which is actually housed inside the ether that we've known in Thor 2, Thor the Dark World. We have the Time Gem, which is actually held inside the Eye of Agamotto, which is held by our own Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme here on Earth. We have the Power Gem, which is actually held inside the orb as we know it. And currently, the Mind Gem used to be in this
Loki
Scepter, but now is currently being held onto or being given to life by Vision.
Yes.
Or vice versa. The Mind Gem is giving Vision his life at the moment. But the Power Gem and the orb is currently held with
Nova Corps.
The Nova Corps, right. So, as we know right now, the only one that's missing is the Soul Gem. We don't know where it is. It hasn't been mentioned where it is. I'm thinking if it hasn't been shown up at this point, it might not even be in this realm at all. I'm thinking it might be in the quantum realm, which we got introduced to in Ant-Man. Or Thanos could have it all along already.
True. He could.
The Tesseract, as we know, is currently with Loki.
Yeah.
He stole it from the vault.
Yeah, from Odin's weapon or treasure vault.
Right. The reality gem is actually being held, the ether itself is being held by the collector.
Yeah. Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. And the time gem is currently held by none other than Doctor Strange, our current Sorcerer Supreme. So Thanos is... We see him taking the Tesseract, the Space Gem, crushing the Tesseract and taking the Space Gem.
Yes.
In the recent trailers. We know he's going to have to go see the Collector, which is going to be pretty easy for him to be able to get the ether away from the Collector. The Eye of Agamotto, I think Ebony Maw might have something to do with that, obtaining that one.
He's probably going to take it from Strange.
But in the trailer, we see him already having the Power Gem, which means he already wipes out the Nova Core for this gem, this stone. And then, of course, it looks like this whole movie's building up because he wants the Mind Gem from Vision.
Yes.
This is what everybody's been fighting for, because if he collects all 6 gems on his gauntlet, he basically has unlimited power. How exactly does that work?
He controls the universe itself.
He controls time, space, reality, complete strength and power, the mind of others even. But we really don't even know what the Soul Gem does. Any thoughts? Any ideas?
Not particularly.
I believe in the comics, it was the Soul Gem was the ability to bring people back from the dead or kill people, vice versa.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So if that same concept's taken, I wonder if this will relieve any of the weight from any of our Avengers that may die this movie. I mean, I guess you could use the Time Gem for that as well.
Yeah, but there's too many variables in time.
When messing with time,
Yeah.
that's true. But yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Next up, where are our Avengers? Where are our Avengers?
Where are our?
First off, we got Captain America, who's actually been hiding out for the past
run.
2 years. He's been on the run. We see him in the trailers. If you look closely, he's actually ripped off the white star from his Captain America suit. He's rejected the title of Captain America. He's actually this current nomad out there right now. Still not on talking terms with Tony Stark at the moment.
Yeah.
Did leave him a cell phone, though. But yeah, Iron Man is still at the facility. He's still been training Spider-Man that we've known and
traveling a little bit.
Along with traveling, moving away from the Stark Tower, selling the Stark Tower, as a matter of fact. Looks like transporting artifacts because he had Thor's magic belt.
He did have Thor's magic belt.
You know, and assumably he has been tinkering, of course, like Iron Man does, with his suit, coming up with more ideas, more inventions, more abilities even. Hulk and Thor are the only two that we know that are currently together still. Because the last time we seen both of them, they were on
the spaceship, about to be boarded by Thanos.
Right, at the very end of Thor Ragnarok. With all of the Asgardians.
Yeah.
Along with people that aren't even on this list anymore, and that's Korg,
man.
Korg. I was close. Korg isn't on this list right now. You know, he's not fighting with them. I hope Thanos doesn't kill Korg.
Oh, man, I'd be a super upset. Then he's killing the only reason I like that movie.
And actually, there's no sign of Valkyrie either.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Valkyrie's not in the trailer at all. I wonder if Valkyrie literally gets kicked off the ship.
Oh, that sucks.
And literally falling through space. I would like, this is me guessing, but I would like if, yes, this big battle happens on the ship with the Asgardians. Thanos comes in with his Black Order, starts kicking ass everywhere. Valkyrie literally gets thrown and kicked off the ship, lands on a deserted planet somewhere where she bumps into Lady Sif.
That would be cool.
And the two of them have to come back together.
That would be very cool.
Seeing those two fight back to back is just a movie on its own. A storyline on its own I would love to see, and I would pay to see. Spider-Man, of course, we've seen him last in Spider-Man Homecoming, and he decided to stay in Queens and literally be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, gonna get some more churros.
But we do know the Iron Spider suit is available.
It's waiting for him.
It's available
to him. Just waiting.
Black Widow, we currently don't even know exactly where she's at.
We can assume that she's been with Cap, but we don't really know for sure.
We can assume she's actually in close proximity to either Captain or Iron Man. She's probably the only person who knows where both of them are at the same time. But being the spy she is, she's not going to say anything.
Definitely.
Doctor Strange is currently watching over everything in the
Sanctum Sanctorum. In New York.
Yeah, in New York, as a matter of fact. And he's actually getting a history lesson from Wong on all the Infinity Stones. He's actually doing his crash course right now on the Infinity Stones. And he's keeping a close eye on Earth right now. Hence why he was able to see both Thor and Loki appear on Earth as soon as they arrived. So he has his close eye on things right now. Bucky, we know at the moment, is currently getting fixed by Black Panther's sister, Shuri. And yeah, it looks like she fully heals him at the end of Black Panther.
Yeah, the titular character.
Yes. And then we have our Guardians. We have Star-Lord. We have Gamora. We have Rocket, Groot, Drax. They are all on the ship together. It seems like they're coming our way, or they are actually going to track down Thanos. Maybe they were looking to do a secret mission to attack Thanos on their own when things go a little south, when Thor literally runs into them.
Yeah.
Next up, we got War Machine, who's actually has his lower spinal cord still crippled and injured.
Yeah, how's that going?
Right now, it's actually been said that he's still working on advanced prosthetics for his legs, which he's able to walk. And we've seen in the trailer he does have some newer devices on his legs. But I wonder if that's going to get an upgrade when he meets Shuri.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because she's super smart.
Right. And I wonder if she has ways to fix that or give him a newer technology for his legs.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Falcon, on the other hand, is actually one that's still on the run with Cap. I'm assuming maybe Cap, Falcon are doing their own little secret Avengers things behind the scenes.
I would assume so.
Shuri, of course, is with her brother T'Challa, Black Panther, on Wakanda. They're still on Wakanda at the moment. She's working on new technologies for his suit, as she always does. Black Panther, of course, that we know in the former movie, has just opened himself up to the world.
Yep.
Which is actually going to be a game changer because does that mean Wakanda's not hidden anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they still using their cloaking device?
I'm assuming they would have to turn the cloaking device back on if they bring in Vision to hide him, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it might be a breach in like some kind of peace contract that they have with the rest of the world.
If it means saving the world, then too bad. They literally said in the Black Panther movie that Black Panther's Wakanda is so advanced in technology that they could single-handedly take over the world if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's such a small country. You know, Black Panther is sitting on the world's supply of vibranium, which therefore makes them more advanced because of the technologies that they were able to come up with the metal. And we thought Cap's shield was the only one.
There's so many more things you can do with vibranium.
And technically, Vision's made of vibranium, isn't he?
Yeah, Vision is made of vibranium.
Yeah. Next up, speaking of Vision, we got both Vision and Scarlet Witch. They went off on their own.
To live a happy life.
Assumably together. It seems like we're getting their romantic interests more and more. I mean, we got this teased a little bit and got this shown for the very first time in Civil War. And this is actually interesting because in the comics, they actually did get married and have kids. So for anything that happened to either one of them will completely devastate the other.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, we have the mysterious Ant-Man and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Hawkeye has said right now that at the end of Civil War, he straight up tells Cap, it's been fun, but I'm officially retired. And he goes home with his family. This was in the prelude.
Yeah.
He's with his family, watching over his family. Theory and prediction. We know, and we've seen set pictures of Hawkeye in his mohawk, soon to become Ronin.
Yeah.
What if his family is a casualty of war?
Oh, God, no.
Which causes him to go completely mad and become the Ronin that we know from the comics and join the big fight once again.
Oh, God. I hope his wife doesn't die.
Both him and his wife are credited in the movie.
Wow. That would suck, man. He doesn't deserve it.
No. But talk about a heart-hitting moment.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would cry if Thor, Captain America, or even Iron Man died.
But if Hawkeye loses his family?
Yes.
That suck, man.
Yes.
Jesus, today really is That Sucks Day. Do you know that the April 15th is known as That Sucks Day?
No, really?
Yeah, because apparently there's just a lot of things throughout time that have happened on this day.
Terribly on this
Yeah.
day, I'm assuming.
Like the Titanic sank today.
No, wait, really?
Yeah, just as an example, for instance.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Another one missing from this list is actually Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, the only thing that we know is that he unfortunately did go back to a life of crime because he was busted with a handful of our Avengers in Civil War, which he tries to go back to his family. He tries to go back to his daughter. He's said to be on his own mission right now as well. I'm assuming maybe the events of Ant-Man and the Wasp take place parallel with Avengers Infinity War. I'm hoping that the timeline is a little offset where it takes place either a little before and a little after because I want to see him in this movie more.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, hey guys, I gotta go see my daughter, and then we never see him again. I'd like for him to actually play a giant role in this film or an itty bitty one.
Wow.
I'm telling you, dude, if he ends up holding on to one of the gems on Thanos' gauntlet the entire time.
Yeah, we still don't know whether or not it's a real thing, huh?
We don't know if that's a real thing or not. But I'm telling you, dude, I would completely cheer in utter joy if that's true.
Oh, that would be amazing.
So yeah, that is the state of all of our current Avengers at the moment. Did we miss any?
I don't think so.
No, we got all the Guardians, Gamora, Nebula, Rocket, Groot. They're all together. I think that's a big handful.
No, Nebula definitely isn't with the Guardians. Nebula was heading towards Thanos.
Oh yeah, Nebula was heading towards Thanos at the moment. But she's still gonna be in the movie. I'm assuming she'll end up being late to the party.
Yeah.
Mantis was with them though.
Yeah, Mantis was.
Wong and Doctor Strange are together.
Yeah.
Bucky, Black Panther, and Shuri, and Black Panther's general is all in Wakanda at the moment. We're assuming War Machine, Iron Man, they're both in New York along with Spider-Man still. Yeah, that pretty much covers most of it. But what to watch? What should you watch to catch up to this movie? Well, you can watch all 18 movies.
Yeah, but you would have had to start yesterday, 5 weeks ago.
Actually, you would have had to start the 10th? No, the 9th.
9th.
You'd have to start the 9th if you were to watch one a day.
Yeah.
Now,
who watches one movie a day?
Who just watches one movie a day? Now, you can go 2 a day and still catch up to it right now if you wanted to. Or, depending if you're listening to this late, you might want to do 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I think about it, the only movie I don't own on this list is still Spider-Man Homecoming.
You don't own Spider-Man Homecoming?
I still don't own Spider-Man Homecoming.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man Homecoming is one of like the 4 movies I own on this list.
I own all of them except that one. No, except Black Panther, of course. But yeah, you could watch them in, viewing order. Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, which wraps up Phase 1. Then you go Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man, which pretty much adds up Phase 2. And then Phase 3 starts with Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, and of course, most recently, Black Panther. But if you needed to watch the very minimum as possible, even if it was just a refresher, I have recommendations for you.
Let the people know what it is, Chris.
Number 1, of course, is utmost important, is the very first Avengers movie. You get to pretty much see all our Avengers for the very first time. It explains pretty much Loki on why he came with the Jatari, or it shows that he came with the Jatari. And it shows both the Infinity Stone. It both shows both Infinity Stones, the Mind Gem, and the Tesseract. Next up, my recommendation would probably actually be Age of Ultron. Reason being is because Vision is born in this movie. Yeah. Which he's going to be a major role in the upcoming Infinity War.
It also introduces the Scarlet Witch.
And introduces the Scarlet Witch as well, which her powers actually came from the development and research by Hydra from the Mind Stone itself, Loki's scepter. Next up, my third recommendation would be Guardians of the Galaxy, the very first Guardians of the Galaxy. And why this is important is because this is the only movie in the MCU that explains all 6 Infinity Gems.
Yes.
The only movie that shows a history of the gems. Next up, my fourth recommendation is Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War, I believe, is probably one of the most important movies on this list, is because this one currently shows the state of our Avengers and why they are split at the moment.
Yes.
My fifth recommendation is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, reason being is because he is currently a holder of an Infinity Gem at the moment. And we actually got to see that used against Dormammu over and over and over again. It's actually been said he used it so many times in that time loop. All he did was master his abilities even more. So Doctor Strange is my 5th movie on this list. And my 6th and final, one of the most important movies to watch before Avengers Infinity War would probably be Thor Ragnarok. And reason being is because this movie ends in a way that leads up straight to Avengers Infinity War.
Yep.
And it shows the current state of Thor and Hulk at the moment, who both were not in Civil War. What they were doing during that time. And yeah, that seems to be a lot to grasp, but it's very important that you actually know everything there is to an extent. I mean, you can say that, oh yeah, what about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Because it shows that Star-Lord isn't invincible, and we got the introduction of Mantis. Well, we really didn't know he was invincible in the very first one, so we really didn't care. And Mantis, I'm probably sure her role's going to be so minor. I really don't think that'd be that much of importance. And the reason why the very first or second Iron Man aren't, or the third Iron Man are on this list at all, because none of them introduced an Infinity Stone at all. And two, he's in all the others.
Yeah. So it isn't even like the third. If you would watch the third Iron Man movie, it wouldn't even be the most current Tony Stark. So
very true. His mindset was completely different then than he is now. So yeah, and Angel, anything else you'd want to add in that you think would be important before somebody went out and saw Avengers Infinity War?
So, the only other movie that I think if you'd want to throw in the ringer is Black Panther, but that would only be if you want to know more about Wakanda in the event that they don't go over a lot of Wakanda in Infinity War. But other than that, you've got a pretty solid list.
See, the one thing about Black Panther is that it does introduce on how Black Panther's country, Wakanda, is so advanced and why it's so advanced, with it being on top of the world's supply of vibranium. And it shows how Black Panther got his powers and how he is king and why he is king at the moment. It does show how smart his sister is and how she is possibly even smarter than Tony Stark. And his Black Panther's abilities as far as his technology goes, what he uses on a day-to-day basis as weapons, and what the country is capable of as far as defending itself. That would be what I think would probably be the most important when watching Black Panther. But I really believe a lot of his character development was in Civil War.
Yeah.
And also a lot of the characters around him are going to be introduced in Infinity War as well.
Yeah.
And reason being is because all those characters are going to be new to our Avengers. You know, I still want to see what would happen if T'Challa's general tried to move Black Widow on that one scene in Civil War. I would like to know how that would went.
It would have been fun to watch.
It'd been fun to watch. All right, guys, well, that's everything you need to know, what you should know. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me directly at podcastmcvnetwork.com. Visit us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at MulticomicVerse. Angel, where can the folks find you for a good chat?
As always, guys, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter using the username at Tenacious Angel. That is 31 instead of EL at the end of Angel. And if you haven't started watching these movies, get started now.
Literally, binge. This is the week to binge. You got 1 week left. Binge the crap out of it, man.
Unless you want to pay money for that AMC thing, but I mean, you're going to be sitting in a theater for multiple hours at a time. You're going to get the shower. You got to eat expensive movie food.
Well, it's a good thing, like, a lot of these are available on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think Civil War still is.
Yeah,
I think Doctor Strange still is.
Doctor Strange still is.
The Avengers just changed to the FX. That's always on.
Yeah, no kidding.
But, yeah, I would say follow that list. If you don't own any of these and you want to binge, just that first list of 6 might give you everything you need. All right, guys, thank you for joining us today. And, of course, as always, may the Force be with you.